Welcome back to the land down under. G'day, I'm Stephen Spry, and this is my transport fever to recreation of the early days of the colony, the settlement, can't use the C word, in Australia, from Sydney Cove, Newcastle to Parramatta so far. What I did want to show you is quite a few changes that I've made between episode 10 and this episode number 11 in this series. And the first of it, well, look at Parramatta. Doesn't it look magnificent now? We've got proper streets. Yes. Got rid of those pedestrian streets and replaced them with the dirt urban streets. Lovely. And look, even the Governor's Cottage up the end here, it's no name. It has now made a proper appearance. So that's looking good. Speaking of governors, oh my God, we're going through them like, yeah, I'll tell you what, flies through a screen door. Not. Governor King, he left us in 1806. He had so much hassle. He did. With the New South Wales Corps, yeah, the local military. In fact, he just said, stuff it, I'm out of here. Couldn't be bothered. What's this bloke doing? Alfie. Well, this is one of the problems with replacing these with proper streets, is that we actually have Lucy and Alfie and all sorts of people riding their blasted horses all over the place. Where'd they get them from? Oh, well, look, that's fine. As you can see, I've advanced the clock a little bit. We're starting to get a lot more horses imported into Australia, and in actual fact, we're actually starting to breed our own. So I thought it was time to give the Sims some actual horses. And one of the main reasons I did this was so that I could deliver Conmat via the Rosehill packet coming up the river here. I know it says grain, but it's picking up Conmat. Deliver Conmat into Parramatta. Right. And also, we've got the Parramatta grain food delivery. It's from the farm to the mill and drop back off in town. Lovely. Ooh, you're doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Yes. Well, this is the other complication. It was doing weird and wonderful things with the pedestrian paths, and as I pointed out previously, they don't work with vehicles. Well, they do, just very, very, very slowly. Yep. All right. What else has happened in Parramatta? Okay. Well, look. St John's, named after John Hunter, the previous governor before King. Right, of course, as you would. Yep, well, that was built in the early 1800s up at Parramatta. Not quite sure if that's roughly where it was meant to be, but hey, that's where I've put it. Cool. All right, so we've got changes galore happening up here. How's our whack-a-mole ratio look? Pretty much where I wanted it. Blue here, yep. Yellow up there, yep, and greens down here. Looking good. I have changed the ratios here in the editor to 60-60-60 for Parramatta, and fixed those figures. Hopefully that's the right amount for now. If we want Parramatta to get any bigger, we can change those much later on. Cool. All right, now Governor King, we mentioned him. He was having a fight with these guys. And he said, stuff it, I'm out of here. And he was replaced. Oh, yes, replaced by, remember this guy? Captain Bligh? Same bloke from the Bounty. Yeah, mutiny and all that. You know what? They sent him here as governor. How'd that work out? Well, he lasted 2 years before these guys said, F you, Bligh, rack off. Sorry, these guys. And, they actually took over in, when was it? It was the 26th of January in 1808 in the Rum Rebellion. Wow. Bligh had a great history, didn't he? Yes, well, the colony was without leadership for a couple of years until Governor Macquarie arrived in 1810 with his own troops and ousted these guys. But never mind. I wanted to show you, I hinted to this in a previous episode, I wanted to show you this new river. Now, originally, I intended, when I made the map, that this would be the Hunter River, the Hunter Valley, but for some stupid reason, I actually joined it up to the top end of the Parramatta River, and it just didn't make any sense. So I've recarved the path for this stream, for this river, down here, right, down to, oh, hello, what are you, Cedar Wharf. Yeah, well, we'll get back to you in a minute. We've got things to do first before we... That's 1816. We'll come and talk about that in a second. While we're down in Newcastle, yeah, you can see I've got it set up here on another wharf. Ah, lovely. All right, Newcastle. Again, via the editor, I've gone in and I've changed these to 30, 30, 30. They don't show that at the moment, but that's what they are. I want to keep Newcastle small for the moment because it's still only really a convict town. No free settlers yet. They will be coming this episode. Ooh, right. Okay. So what else has been happening? Well, before we get on to the April 10, 1811 significance, which I'm looking at, right, I just wanted to spend a fraz of a second or two down here in Tasmania. So much has happened here in the first decade of the 1800s. It's unbelievable. I've been looking into the history. Not that I've got room to do anything else here. I maybe could put Launceston up here at the top end, but I don't think I'll bother. I think the Hobart will probably just grow into this space. And look, we have a route, Sydney to Hobart, all the way up, bringing Conmat and food down here. Right. So they added the penal settlement down here. Lots and lots and lots of history in Tasmania. In fact, this was probably the busiest part of the colony for the first 10 to 20 years of the 1800s. So much so, in fact, I've been busy the last few days myself doing a map just on this. A new map. Oh my gosh. Yep. Another map just on Tasmania. Look out for that. It'll be coming soon. I'm just about placing the towns, but for right now, nope. Not happening. Right, so it's 1811. Governor Macquarie's arrived. He's been down in Tassie, had a tour down there, renamed lots of things. Now, Macquarie was a planner. He did all sorts of stuff. We're not going to concentrate much on what he did because, oh my God, there's just so much to get through. A couple of 100 years of history here, guys, but of significance, I thought, hysterically, this bush track. Yep. That we had joining Parramatta to Sydney town. Guess what they did? I have no idea. They finally made a proper road out of it. Oh, well, that was nice of them. Yes, not really a bush track anymore, so what are you doing? I'm trying to upgrade this to a decent-sized road. Oh, okay. Right. There. Yep, that's it. Guess what they did in April 10, 1811 after they paved that entire route in stone? Yes. They opened Australia's first tollway. Oh, you're kidding. Nope. If you wonder where the current administrations or the more recent modern-day administrations got their idea of tollways from, it was 1811. Yep, Australia's first main road was a bloody tollway. Oh, jeez. Yep, I know. What can you say? Not much, I reckon. Anyway, okay, 1813. Let's get this clock ticking over. Ooh, oh, cool. Okay, good. 4 times speed. Yes. Okay, well, We've got to get up to 1816, I think it is. Yes, 1816 for our next most significant event that we're going to talk about today, or do something about. 1813, let's pretend these are the Blue Mountains, formed a barrier to the west of the colony that took some getting over, but once they got over and found a path over with Blaxland, Wentworth and Lawson, started a new era in exploration over to the west and up to the north and everywhere else. And the explorer I like to follow, John Oxley, he did an expedition over here thinking there was an inland sea, followed the rivers and got lost in the marshes over in the Macquarie marshes. Took horses and boats over there, over to here. Unbelievable. Left the following year on an expedition up around the north part of New South Wales, yes he did. He discovered the Peel River, which is near where I was born and raised in Tamworth, beautiful downtown Tamworth, and then travelled across the Great Dividing Range, again, with horses and boats. How the hell? I've driven the road over to Port Macquarie, which is over here. And I'm just amazed that anyone could get through that country with horses and boats and their carts. Just amazing. But anyway, okay, you're not progressing as fast as I wanted. I thought you'd be up to 1816 by now. Sorry. Tardy, I know. All right, what happened in 1816? Well, we can start it. We can start some of it. Over here, right. See our old original farm that we had here? Yep. What happened to it? Well, in 1816, right, paint tools. Right, we're going to unpaint this. Yuck. Yeah, I know, that's the base colour, remember, for the dry map. Right, okay, so we stopped farming here. Yes, we did. And we turned this, Governor Macquarie, turned this whole area into a botanical gardens. Oh, did he now? He did. What are you going to do to represent the botanical gardens? Yeah, I don't really know. I think maybe we just might put some weird trees down here, hey? And these guys. Right, what are they? Well, they're going to be all of these, which are not good. These are the dry country trees, so I don't want them. I'll take the acacia, mountain maple. Oops, don't want that either. Sugar maple, European linden, shingle oak. Don't want any Scots pines, not on this map, please. No, thank you. And those. And we'll just whack a few down here to represent the botanical gardens, shall we? My God, does it actually look like that? No, it doesn't, but it's an hysterical representation. Right. You idiot. I know. Right, now, while we're here, better hit pause because it's getting glitties, isn't it? All right. I was wondering what the hell happened to all the people that were walking up here to Government House originally, and I'm going to change this name to Governor's Cottage now. In capitals. Oh dear. Is that better, Stephen? Thank you. Yeah, for a long time we didn't have anybody walking up here, and that was annoying me. So I put in a couple of fountains because these, double one, are the people magnets. I've used a fountain here to get industrial and a fountain over here to get the commercial. And as you can see from Maria here, we once again have people walking up to Government House. Oh, where are you going? Gracie? She's going to an industrial building somewhere over here. Wow, hasn't this grown? Can we whack-a-mole? We don't whack-a-mole anymore. I'm not making you suffer through that. I'll just show you. I ended up with the blue along George Street where I wanted. No greens through here, and a blue up there. Oh, you pissy. Hang off! Yeah, stupid. Yep, alright. And eventually, this will fill out. So that's the plan, Stan. Looking good. Right, when are you going to change these streets? No, I have no clue. Oh, wait, what's going on here? Well, let's get the clock ticking over again because it's getting close to 18:16. All right, okay, what's happening then? You've got stuff. Newcastle to Sydney coal, 4 and 3. Right. So the coal's coming here and you're taking Conmat and bread back? Yes. And this one? That's the Sydney to... It's taking Conmat and bread down to Hobart? Right, right. And this one, it's taking Conmat out to Parramatta. Nice. Okay. You only brought 12 in. Well, you're pretty boring. And you're not taking that much back. Why? Because this vehicle... Yeah, this vehicle, where is it? Has weight. That one. Only got one compartment. Well, could you put one of them on? No, because it doesn't do coal. Or Conmat. What about the Wilhelm? It's steam. We don't have the steam ships here yet. Okay, all right, fine. We'll just have to grin and bear it. Let's keep going. So are we at 18:16 yet? No, we're not, but we will be in a second. Lost my mouse. What happens in 18:16? Right, what happens in 18:16? This happens. So, Cedar Wharf. Right. Okay. Macquarie sent a whole group of convicts up the creek here to chop down a whole heap of cedar. And of course, we need a boat to go down the Coal-Hunter River now to deliver it down here, because the timber then gets taken via these guys, right, all the way back to Sydney, somewhere over here, to be consumed at the moment right here in the dockyard sawmill. Bit complicated or what? Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to whiz through the development of the towns at this stage and, get some of the history out of the way first, before we try too much to muck around with transport fevering properly. It's now getting closer to 18:16. Lovely. Look at that time ticking over. I've got to put a farm in here. A cedar farm. Right, so we're in 18:16. How can I do this? Well, if I was to put a normal forest industry down, just look at it. Look at the size of the damn thing and what it's doing to the ground. Absolutely killing the ground. So I don't want to do that. I will go back to my favourite, the Freestyle Industries mod. So I'm going to output 100 timbers, 100 logs. We'll only have a few convicts down here, won't we? Yeah, not many. Not even going to set up any accommodation for them or anything like that. All I've got to do is whiz that around and make sure that we've got fingers touching that bit of road that's there so that it connects to the wharf. And now, right, just adjust this line for a second. Cedar Wharf. Yeah, right, you can now. Wait for full load, please. Lovely. And that's what happened in 18:16, is it? It sure was. So that little boat's going to head on up the river and pick up a load of 38 logs, actually, and take it back down to here for it to be shipped into Newcastle. Right. And if you really wanted to, you could probably Let's do something with that. How close is that to... It is. Look at that. Industrial building. Right. Okay, let's play. Let's not ship logs down there. Right, okay, what are you going to do? Right, that building is... If I... Thinking. Input, output. Right, input, logs, output. Well, logs are construction materials, aren't they? They can be used to build houses. Sure. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let's set up one of these factories here. This one. Oh, come on. Get under there. As long as put it under the building. Oh, put it under the big one. Does it reach? Hang on before you do that. How far does this reach? It reaches to the big one. Good. And how far does this reach? It also reaches to the big one. Why? Okay, well, the logs are going to come in here, right? They are going to be sent over to this big building over here. Right. Oh, it's right on the edge. Look at that. Yep. I don't know if this is going to... Oh, well, let's call it Newcastle Building Supplies. That'll do. So you're saying that the logs will go there. They'll go there. Okay. I don't want them to be picked up by this lot then. No. Newcastle Port. Don't load logs. Right. Okay. And then the conmat will be picked up over here. It'll be waiting over here. Logs to their made into building materials, come back, be picked up by this guy who is then going to deliver up to here. Yes. Which will then... Complicated. No, it won't. It won't deliver to all of them. It'll deliver to most of them. Why won't you deliver to that one? Okay, let's see what happens. Right. Lovely. All right. What's the next date you want? 1823. So we can just zoom ahead and keep an eye on this guy. Because what I really want to do is to get some logs up here. Where's it going, by the way? Okay, what does this say? It should say Newcastle Building Supplies. It does. Lovely. That works. Well, so far, half of it works. Yeah, okay. Oh, look, what the heck? Did you... I saw Conmat sitting waiting there. Ah, that's this guy. He's picked up the Conmat that's come from Sydney. Right. Okay, so you've just cannibalised that Sydney Conmat route. Yeah, it might bring more food up, because at the moment it's bringing nothing. Oh, okay. That'll get sorted out soon. All right, how's the boat? Let's move this guy. Come on. Good enough. Let's move. Come on. Go. I want to check out that this whole thing works. What date did you want? 1823. No, actually, I want 1821. Make up your mind. What happened in 1821? Well, after 11 years as governor, Macquarie left. Right. He took off. He finished his term. Okay. And look, I'm sorry I haven't done much more about Macquarie because he was quite significant to the colony with, all of the planning and building and everything else he did. But come on, there's only so many hours in a day. All right, stop. Let's have a look at here. Did we get? We did. Lovely. Consumers. Wait. Parramatta. No. No. You idiot. All right. Don't load Conmat either. thanks all the same. Well, that's going to bugger it up. It should put it here. Okay, I don't know. I think you've... No, Newcastle. Yes. Oh, yes. Look, we've got Conmat sitting here now. Oh, as I said before, I love it when a good plan comes into fruition. And I just dreamt that plan up as I was doing this. Because originally I was sending the timber all the way down to Sydney, which was a bit stupid. Yep. All right. Where are we going? 1819. Okay. Got to get to 1821 because that's when Governor Brisbane arrives. Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll get there. It's pretty quick. Time's marching on brilliantly. It is, isn't it? My God. John Oxley's been up and back and discovered Port Macquarie, which is somewhere up the coast, up here. It's not really representative of Australia. It's, okay. Pretend that Port Macquarie's here. We're not going to build it. Oh, why not? Because even though it was a significant convict settlement, right, we're not going to build it. Okay, so 1821, right, we've got Governor What's-His-Face, Brisbane arriving very soon. Yes. Now, he sent Oxley north, up into Queensland, up here, to check out what was going on up there because we needed better convict settlements. You know why? Why? Well, let's just pause it for a second. Newcastle. Here we go. Originally was fairly isolated from the original Sydney Cove settlement. Right. So they thought, we'll send all the bad, really, really, really naughty convicts, the ones that are misbehaving, up to a penal settlement at Newcastle and hard labour with the coal mines. Right. Because Newcastle's fairly isolated, isn't it? Yes. Well, it was until these guys started regularly shipping backwards and forwards. And it became a problem. Really? Yes, it became a problem that the isolation that was great for Newcastle, originally, Newcastle was no longer isolated as such. Ooh. So in 1923, yep, my God, you still got 2 years to go. Oh, look, we'll get there. In 1923, a new settlement, 1923, Stephen, engaged brain. In 1823, a new penal settlement was set up at Port Macquarie, just up the coast, a couple of hours by car, and free settlers were welcomed into Newcastle. Right. And we shut down the settlement here for the penal, the jail. Okie dokie. So we're now sending all the baddies up to Port Macquarie. Oh, and let's just pause it. Can't forget this. Down here to Tassie, Van Diemen's Land. Right. When was it called Tasmania? Oh, not for ages yet. Siri, when was Tasmania named?
Tasmania was formed the 3rd of December, 1825.
Well, there you go. How about that? Thanks, Siri. That was when it was officially declared, 1825. I did want to mention one important thing that I forgot. Oh, my God, there's so much. Do you remember that we were hell-bent on establishing a settlement over here in the middle of the Pacific on Norfolk Island? Right. We had a penal colony over there. Yep. Why? Why? Because the French? Yes. The British were worried about the French doing stuff here and grabbing the land. So that's why we set this up. But in 1807, they shut this penal colony down and moved half of the people down to Tassie, to a suburb west of Hobart called New Norfolk. New Norfolk because it was named actually Elizabethtown, but it became New Norfolk after Norfolk Island. Clever. Amazing. Yeah, there's so much history just in that place, it's unbelievable. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's keep going. 1823, we've got to do all sorts of stuff up here because Oxley's been up. He discovered the area up around Brisbane in 1823. Discovered Moreton Bay, actually, and reported back to Governor Brisbane. And the governor said, righto, I need another penal settlement. So guess what? In 1824, we're going to build one here at Redcliffe, actually, was where it was originally set up, and then they moved it about a year after they built it because it was in the wrong spot and it was too easy for the convicts to escape and all of that sort of stuff. So we, blue ones, yes, straight bit of road, let's build Brizzy. Right, let's build Brizzy. How are we building it? I'm just going 50 metres in either direction, right, and doing that, right, one in the middle, okie dokie, and maybe a bit of a bendy bit around the coastline, perhaps. Be a good start. Another bit of a bendy. Now, Brisbane, of course, is not on the coast. No, it's not. We can imagine this is the Brisbane River, can't we? Sure. Okay. What size? Oop, better stop that. We're in 1824. Okay, so we'll again use the advanced, whatever it's called, town builder, and initially set this up with a 30-30-30. You realise you're going to have, I guarantee you're going to have residences built there. Well, let's try that spot. Oh, hello, up in the hills. Yeah, not what you wanted. Look at this point in time. It's not. Oh my God. Crap. Yeah, I know. What did you do wrong there, Stephen? Pause. You know what I did wrong there, Stephen? Yeah, you did. Streets. Yep, these, that. Oh, yes, you stuffed up big time, buddy. Alright, I'm going to keep that. Ooh. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. Greens. Good. We can get rid of that street. And we've still got our greens and our yellows. Wow. Eastleigh. Hello. You're not Eastleigh. You are Brisbane. And you are meant to have... Oh, we did that already. I know what I meant to change here. You are meant to have that. Right. Where are we getting that from? Well, I could imagine it would come from, at this stage, Sydney. Jetty, cargo one. This is my modified Ingo's dock. Where's the... Yeah, them. Wow, that's a long way away. It'll be fine, don't panic. Put that there. Right. And bit of terrain, smaller. Okay. And a bit of road. We don't want anything building. Oh my God. Don't want anything building here. That looks great. Okay, doesn't look great, does it? Okay, don't. It's not going to do it. You're going to have to come down from here. Okay, down. Shift. Okay. Oh, what's going on here? I'll get there. Build anyway. Great mod, that. Okay, so Brisbane now has a port and everything's covered. Do you want to put another street in there? Probably do, eh? That would be a good idea. Right. One of you and a bendy one, and let's come around that way. Yep. And a straight one to join that up. Right, Brisbane. Where's this stuff coming from? Well, it wouldn't come all the way from Sydney, would it? Nope. No, it would come to Newcastle. Double one. So a new line from that dock, I'd say, up to here. Newcastle Annex, that'll do. And this is the supply ship that comes from Newcastle to Brisbane. Right. Well, I need another one of these, so I'm going to clone. Oh, I'm going to actually do something better. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, look, don't panic. You know I do this crap. Mass clone. Lovely. All right, ship 4. Yep, you are going to go on that line. Right. So, conmat and stuff. Logs? No. No, we don't want to be taking logs up there. They're coming from here. No. Public wharf number 1, managed line. Don't load any logs. Good. Micromanage much or what? Yeah, I know. Okay. Brisbane. Lovely. How's the date going? Look, it's got to zoom forward now. Another 5 years. Really? Yeah, well, it doesn't have to. We could catch up with Perth in the next episode, if you like. I think that'd probably be a good idea because where are we? I did want to see how our whack-a-moling is going over here. Okay, let's have a look. That one, right. Yeah, it's blue along here, yellow there, green up there. That's good. That's the way I wanted it. Did we have a look over in Sydney? I can't remember, to be honest with you. But I've got the blue along George Street. That's all I was really keen on before. Has anything... I'm sick of this one. I've killed it so many times. Look, don't worry, it'll get there. This is all starting to... Oh, look at this. All starting to grow in nicely. You are in the middle of the wrong place, dude. And these ones, I think they are a bit big. Yes, I'm inclined to agree with you. I really don't want them that big. No. Oh, and so they grow back big. No. And this lot up here. Who would be living here next to the brick factory? Well, it is handy to the other church that I placed in here. True. These Mad Hatter mod churches are super duper. Love them. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. All right, what's happening now? We're zooming ahead in time. Aren't you what? 1826. Yeah, I know. All sorts of stuff going on. I think, however, we'll come back. We've got 2 things to do. In 1829. Oh, look, do it. Okay, all right, I'll pause. No, I won't pause. Keep going. What happens in 1829? Right. Guess what? Over here, on the other side of the country, again, in response to the French, God almighty, and the Poms have trouble with the French in the early 1800s. Don't talk about the wars. No, I won't. Okay. I won't talk about the wars they had. This one, yes, please. Can we have an asset removal? Because you know what this is like. True. We shall get rid of the trees, and then we might be able to flatten this without any drama. Because all those little brown specks there, they are trees. Right, good. All gone. Lovely. Now what? Terrain tools, yes, and let's have a look at... Ooh, can we boost it up a bit? Probably. Let's come in 7 metres, that'll do. Alright. Whiz it around, flatten it out. So what are we building here? We're building Perth. So in response to the French, the government decided that we should settle the area out here around Perth and claim the western half. Oh my God. Yep. Claim the western half of New Holland. Okay, we're in 1829. We can stop the clock for a second. My God, that's just... Well, plant a flag and you own it. Yeah, don't worry about the indigenous people that were here. Instead, the government says, thanks for the land. What we will do is we'll claim it in behalf of His Majesty, wasn't it still then? I don't know. But we'll claim it, and then we'll sell it. Oh, convenient. Yep, sell it to free settlers, of course. Right. What was his name? Well, in 1827, Captain James Stirling sailed to the Swan River in his ship HMS Success. Stirling, he believed it would be ideal spot for a settlement. So he persuaded the British government to found another colony here, independent of New South Wales. Ah, right. Well, good on you, Stirler. I suppose so. All right, roads. That's that one. Okay, back to this. Yep. It's pretty much the same thing we do that I've done in all of them now. We're using the pedestrian roads because I don't have horses and carts. I'm not going to have horses and carts in these little places for a while. I just want them to exist so that they can be place names on the map. Right. And straight lines. Oop, that one. Yep, and that one. A bit of smoothage. And drop it down so you can smoothage it better. Now, did you make all of those? Yes, I believe I actually did this time. Player owned. Yeah, well, let's see what happens this time. Well, it wouldn't matter. We don't want the residential up here this time because that's sort of like next to the oil wells. So, all right, here we go. Okay, street constructions, advanced town builder, 30-30-30. Let's go with Perth, baby. Boom. Well, that's different again, isn't it? Crew came. Yeah, sure is. Okay, so that's Perth, and that's what they want. And there we go. So that's 1929. So now, in how many? 29, 39 and 2, 41 years, the Brits have established settlements on the western side of the continent, at the very southern tip of the continent, around Sydney, and north as far as Brisbane. So Wow. Things are humming along. Oh, and don't forget Port Macquarie, but will I put it there? Won't I put it? Well, you should. It was significant to the colony. After all, it was, another penal settlement. Yeah, whatever. I'll think about that. I'll have a discussion with Ron, and we'll see what Ron says. Who's Ron? Later on? Oh, okay. But 2 short years away from now. Yes, what happens? Here, right, in Newcastle. Yes, our first railway. Really? And Newcastle, yep, getting the coal from the number A pit into the port quickly. Fish belly rails. Fish belly what's? You'll see, but only if you come back for the next episode, because that's when we're building it, okay? Fish belly rail, first railway in Australia, in New Holland even, because we're still not even called Australia, are we? Dunno. Shall I ask Siri? Hey Siri, when was Australia named?
Okay, I found this on the web for when was Australia named. Check it out.
Well, there we go. Actually, it was 5 years ago. In 1824, the British Admiralty finally agreed on the name Australia for the colony. So, how about that? I'm learning all sorts of interesting stuff. 1824. Well, you missed that one. What happened? I didn't miss it. I had it on another list, and about 10 million bits and pieces of paper are everywhere. So it's still there. But since I've now told you, it's enough. Hooroo from me. I'm out of here. That's goodbye from him. We'll catch you next time, I hope. Oh, and until then, bye.